if the children would come forward. Mike is going to lead our celebrating with the children time. So any of the children, please come up to the front with Mike. He's got a special surprise. Just enjoy.
Hey guys, come on up. Grab a seat right here. I know it's a little bit of a different spot. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. My name is Pastor Mike, and I would like to teach you about the 10 Commandments this morning using a box of donuts, okay? So we're going to learn about the 10 Commandments with a box of donuts. Now, you probably all have, if you went to your favorite donut shop, you're very, all right. We're all children of the Lord this morning. When you go to Tim Hortons, you probably have your favorite donut, right? The one that you're like, well, if you just get one, you know exactly what it is. It comes first in your selection. Not second, not third, but it's number one. That kind of reminds us of God's first commandment, that He comes first. He comes before everything else. He's number one in our life. Now, the next commandment has to do with this. This is a bagel. This is not a donut. This is a donut imposter. It looks like a donut, right? It's round, it's got a hole in it, but this is not a donut. You should stay away from this if you want to have a donut. That's like the next commandment. God says that we should not worship idols. That means we should not go after things that look like God, pretend to be God. They're not God. This is a cruller. It has a very special name as a donut. Very special. If you walked into your favorite donut shop and ordered a cruller, everybody would know exactly what you wanted. In the same way, the next commandment says that God has a very special name, and we should treat that name with respect. Now, who knows what the fourth commandment is? Who knows what the fourth commandment is? Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Now, our parents are sort of like the gatekeepers for donuts. They can give us donuts, but they can also take the donuts away. And that reminds us of God's next commandment, that we are to honor. That means we are to respect our moms and our dads. Now, some donuts, they just aren't complete without sprinkles. They need those sprinkles. It makes them extra good. That reminds us of the next commandment. It says, do not murder. But then Jesus came along, and what He did is He added a little bit to it. Just like you add some sprinkles to a donut. He said that we shouldn't even hate people in our heart. Because if we hate people, it's kind of like we've murdered them. That's the sixth commandment. Now let's say you have a friend. And that friend says that they're going to come over and they're going to bring you your favorite donut. And you get all excited. And that's great. I can't wait. But then they come over and what have they done? They've eaten half of it. Oh no. Right? They've eaten half of it. That's terrible. And that's sort of like God's next commandment. It says, don't commit adultery. That's more for married people. But for us, it's about keeping our promises. It's a reminder that we should keep our promises. Now, donuts, they cost money, right? Donuts cost money. Now, you wouldn't go to your favorite donut shop and then just take the donut without paying, would you? No. You shouldn't do that. You should always pay for your donuts. And that's the next commandment that says that we should not steal. We should pay for the things we have, especially donuts. Now, some donuts are custard filled. And some donuts are cream filled. Some people like this kind, and some people, they like this kind. But you'd never take a custard filled donut and give it to somebody and tell them it's cream filled, would you? I hope not. That would be so mean. Don't ever do that. And that's the ninth commandment, that we shouldn't lie, that we should always tell the truth. And the last commandment, now sometimes you may have a friend and they've got one of these delicious looking donuts. They're fantastic, right? And you've got a nice donut. It's a little irregular, it's ordinary, but you're looking at your donut, you're like, I want that donut so much more than I want my donut. And that's the last commandment. God says, don't covet. It means don't be jealous of things that other people have. Remember what you have. Remember to be thankful for it, because God has given you what you have. And that, boys and girls, is how you teach the 10 Commandments with a box of donuts. And as it is your tradition here at Chalmers, why don't we close our time off with the Lord's Prayer? All right? Let us pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. All right, you guys can head back.